Okay, number 4 tells us Malik received a $300 gift card from his grandparents and is using it only to pay for his karate lessons, which will cost $28 per month. So we're supposed to write a function that describes the dollar amount of money on the card after T months. Okay, so we know we're starting out with 300, and so starting value 300, right? And it's going to go down by 28 every month. So it's going to go down by $28, but every month. And here we're using T for the months, right? So we say 28 times the number of months is how much it's going to go down. So we say go down by 28 every month. And that's going to be equal to D, our money. So that's the function, the input and the output. Now we need to graph this. So when you're graphing here, they don't have anything labeled for us. So we need to choose some values and we need to label our axes. So we're going to put months down here and we're going to put dollars right here, right? And we know that our starting value is 300, so we better get all the way up to 300. And we might just choose to label for months. We might just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe. And then maybe we want to get all the way up to 300, so maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe we'll do this is $100, $200, $300, right? So we know that we start here at 300, right? At 0 months, we're starting at 300. But we need to go down by 28 every month, right? It's going to go down $28. So I actually think a table will help me know what points to plot from here because this isn't an easy amount to plot. It's not very even. So if I go down 1 month, right, that would be 300 minus 28. So 300 minus 28 is the same thing as 272, right? And if it's 2 months and I go down another 28, so you can keep doing this in your head or you can just do it in your calculator. So if I go down another 28 after 2 months, it'll be 244. Maybe I want to skip to what would be 5 months, right? Then instead of just going down, I can use my equation. I can say 300 minus 28 times 5, right? And I get 160. Maybe I want to see what it is after 8 months. 300 minus 28 times 8. Oops, I did times. 300 minus 28 times 8. So here I knew it was unreasonable. I knew I must have made a mistake. So I corrected that. 76. And now I have enough information to make a decent graph, right? I can say, well, at 1 month it was around 272. So this is like this is about 233. This is about 266. So 272 is going to be right in here, right? After 2 months, 244 is going to be right in here. After 5 months, 160, again, this is like 133, and this is 160, more like 167, right? So 160 after 5 months is going to be right here. And notice I'm getting a decent line here, an 8 at 76. So again, this is like 33 and 67. So 8 months, 76 is going to be somewhere in here. So you can see now I've got a good shape of the line. Okay, so I graphed that function. Now, Malik decides he wants to use the last of the gift card to buy some karate equipment that will cost $75. So we need to estimate when there will be $75 remaining on the card. Now, I already kind of know around 8 because I did this table. But let's say you hadn't done that, okay? What we would do is we want to know when there'll be 75. So you just put 75 in your equation for D. That's probably the fastest way to do this. 75 in for D equal to 300 minus 28T, and then we can just solve this equation. And to give myself a little more room, I'll write it over here. 75 equals 300 minus 28T. So now solving the equation, I subtract 300 on both sides. Okay, that leaves me with negative 225 on this side and negative 28T on this side. And now I'll divide by negative 28 on both sides, and that I'm definitely going to want a calculator for. So negative 225 divided by negative 28, that means t equals 8.04, right? And so I knew from my table it was going to be about 8 months. So you would say, so here this is saying estimate, okay, about 8 months. And here, this is like 8.035, and it's saying exactly when, okay? So exactly when would be more like, if you want to use exactly, really, I don't even know, this is more exact, right? But more practical, 8.036 months. So we're still kind of having to round, but this is a little bit more exact. Now, E, in this problem situation, identify the independent and dependent quantities and explain your reason. That's just what independent is what's going to go on the x-axis, dependent is what's going to go on the y-axis, and the way you kind of decide is what depends on what. The amount of money that Malik has depends on how many months go by. So the amount of money is dependent, right? So months equals independent, money equals dependent, because, and you need to write this out, because the amount of money Malik has depends on how many months go by.